Are you in the market for a rear wheel all-terrain power chair? Well, stay tuned to this video review. Hey, I'm Alex from Marcs Mobility. In this video, we're going to go over a Frontier V4 rear wheel drive power chair. Now, this is an all-terrain type power chair. This particular unit does have 7 miles of total drive distance on the unit, so it's hardly ever used. And this unit does have a seat elevation as well. So due to this having the seat lift, which I'll show you here shortly, the weight capacity on this unit is going to be 340 pounds. If you've seen one of these units without any seat functions, yes, they're at 400 pounds, but due to having the seat lift, they do recommend not being above 340 pounds. And anyways, the seat's not going to be that big for somebody of that size anyways. But this is going to be the rear wheel drive, which you can see this low 4 to 8 PSI rear drive tire. They're knobby drive tires. I mean, the tire is going to be about almost 5.5 inches in width. You can see as when you stand on it, or if you were sitting in the chair, it does suppress some, so that's going to allow you to really grip outdoor non-paved type surfaces. Now, it is a rear wheel driven unit, so you are going to have a little bit bigger of a turning radius, about 36-inch turning radius, so it's not going to be something that's going to be easily maneuverable in your house. This is going to be made for more open type spaces, and if you really want to go explore outdoor type terrains. So people that are familiar with rear wheel drive chairs know they typically handle the best outside. So this is probably the best handling chair for outside of a true 4x4 chair. So this is not a 4x4, it is the smaller version that Marc Mobility makes, but it still has these really strong, I believe they're about 750 watt motors on each rear tire. It does come with 75 amp batteries. It is going to have about 6 miles an hour overall top end speed. And then just depending on the terrain that you're driving it in, we'll say somewhere in that 10 to 15 mile drive range, just based on the user's weight and how much you're really pushing the overall unit. Now, this unit does have armrests and the joystick is on the right hand side, but the armrests do flip up, and we can move the joystick over to the left hand side if needed. But this is the post style arm, how it drops in here on the side, so it is going to be a nice firm arm to be able to push off of the arm to get in and out of the unit. And these arms are really nice. They feel like almost like a gel type. It's a really soft, comfortable type arm. Now, I want to mention as well, this unit when we bought it did not have a headrest, so you're not going to have a headrest when you get the unit. If it had electric recline or tilt, then maybe we'd consider it, but no, this just has the seat elevation. You are able to manually adjust the back a little bit, you know, of the angle that you want to drive it with. And then you are going to have really good suspension. You're also going to have tie down points on this unit. So if you are trying to tie it down in a vehicle, you are going to have 2 tie down points in the front, and you're going to have 2 in the back as well. And then obviously you have a roller wheel over here as well in case you went up something very steep. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn this around so I can give you some more specs here from the front of the unit. But once again, it is powerful, so if you stay tuned to the end of the video, I'm going to drive it outside and just kind of show you a little bit more of what this thing can do. It does have a swing away joystick on here, so once again you can swing the joystick away to the side. That's going to be useful to pull up closer to objects. And then I also told you it does have a seat elevation on it as well, so let me show you that. You can do everything through the joystick. If you hit the mode button, then you're going to highlight the seat lift and then go ahead and pull it back. You are still able to drive it when the seat's elevated. I'm not sure what the speed is going to be, but I'll test that outside at the end of the video to kind of show you what you can still drive, because I know it's going to be at a reduced speed. I just don't know exactly what that figure is going to be. But you can see here the seat beginning to raise up, so that it's going to be nice. You're going to be able to get nice and high off the ground. So if you are something, you know, I have certain individuals that go out to their workshop, things like that, need to raise up and move around. Just to give you a reference of overall height, the top of the seat, you're going to be about 35 inches to the top of the seat when you're all the way elevated. Comes with a seat belt as well, because obviously it's going to be more all-terrain. And the foot plate does flip up as well for easy access to get in and out of the unit. The overall seat size on this V4 rear-wheel drive, it's 20 inches, but I do want to mention that you can see how these kind of have these ridges here. It's a really high, deep contour seat, so I would say more about 17 inches of comfortable usable space. And then the depth's going to be about 18 inches. So just notate that is going to be the seat size. That's not adjustable because this is the captain's seat. It's not like the rehab style seat. But once again, if you're looking for a really all-terrain power chair, stay tuned to this video. We're going to go take it outside now and kind of show you kind of what it can do. All right, so this is the V4 rear wheel drive. Once again, a little over 6 miles an hour top end speed, but you can see that overall power in these motors. I mean, this thing will take off on you. Not in a scary way, because you do have different profiles that you can scale it down, but when you do need to go power and performance, you can turn it up to that 5th profile. I'm 6 foot tall, 210 pounds, so you can kind of get a reference. If you were bigger than me, you're probably not going to fit comfortably in this unit, because the seat is not adjustable, although it does have that 340-pound weight capacity. Once again, I just want to give you a reference of what I look like sitting in this unit. I'm going to go ahead now and kind of drive it over here in the ditch and kind of show you what it can do, because this is really what it's going to be intended for, is more all-terrain type driving of the chair. You can see here, obviously, plenty of quickness in the speeds, but it does have about a 36-inch turning radius, so that is going to be a larger turning radius. So once again, not really intended to go outside or inside in smaller spaces. It is going to be intended to be outside, but it is a very comfortable unit. And once again, follow me over here. I'm going to do some of that outside driving demonstration. One other thing I forgot to mention that I did say I would show when we were outside as well is with the seat elevated, I wanted to see what that overall speed was going to be when that seat is elevated. So it's not overly fast. It does take about 15-20 seconds to get to the top overall seat lift, but I know it does reduce the speed, and I saw we were at a little bit over 6 miles an hour when we were at the down position, so I just want to check it. It does come up with a little turtle on the screen, which I know that means it is going to be a reduced speed. So now that we're at that position here, all the way up, should be any second now. All right, now they're all the way up. Let's go ahead and just see what that's going to do at top end speed. We are going to be quite a bit slower, 1.3 miles an hour. So it's not something you really want to use, but I think of people that, hey, they want to go hunting, they want to go in the woods, they want to be elevated for a certain position. They can do that and slightly move around. And or, hey, you're in your workshop and you want to move, you don't have to go super fast with the unit. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring the seat lift back down now, and then I'm going to go over in that ditch over there and kind of show you a little bit of the outside driving capabilities. All right, so here is the V4. This is that rear wheel drive, super powerful chair. So once again, most power chairs would not be able to go over roots and over terrain like this. I mean, this is even a steep incline here, and that climbs that thing with no problem. So, I mean, very powerful. Only thing you want to be a little bit careful is when you're going downhill on a super steep slope. Just want to make sure you're not going to go too fast and drive that foot plate into the ground. Once again, if you need a small, compact, all-terrain rear-wheel drive power chair, this is probably one of the best on the market. So go ahead and give us a call. We'd love to speak to you.
Hi, I'm Marc.
And my name is Alex. We're co-owners of Marcs Mobility.
I started this company in 1995.
We sell many products, not just what you see in this video. If you have any questions or concerns, please call us at the number below at 800-677-6293. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.